What's up, YouTube? We're back again for another video. This is the 8 Flag Cup. I know, it's a bit of a weird name. It is, I believe, the first Overwatch 2 tournament played with professional players, meaning at least contenders, if not above. So, we're going to be watching the grand finals of the 8 Flag Cup today. If you follow any sort of Chinese contenders, or you followed some Overwatch League in APAC, you probably recognize a decent few members on both of these rosters here. There's a lot of talent here for sure. So there's definitely been other Overwatch 2 tournaments been happening. I know BPL did one. There was the G4 TV show match as well. Not quite a tournament, but they did a show match. This is the only tournament that I've seen that actually has professional players in it. And again, I quantify professional as being at least tier 2 contenders or above. And we have both a mixture of contenders players and Overwatch League players or ex-Overwatch League players in this lobby for this grand final. And it is going to be, I think this should be a best of 5. The map pool is Colosseo, Circuit Royale, New Queen Street in Midtown, and probably, I assume, if we go to map 5, they replay one of the push maps. So the other quirk of this tournament is that only the new maps in Overwatch 2 get played, and we don't get to see any of the, we're not watching any of the old maps, we're only seeing the new maps, yeah? So, I'll go through the rosters really quick. First of all, before I do that, this video is obviously taken from my stream, twitch.tv/Avril. Come and check us out, give me a follow if you enjoy, if you want to come and see it live. Obviously, everyone in here live is doing it right now. They're in a live YouTube video. How fun is that? This is obviously, if you're in chat right now, this is going to be on my YouTube. So, like and subscribe on YouTube if you enjoy this content. New channel, uploading lots of new videos, Overwatch 2 related, Overwatch League related. Thank you for supporting. We're going to get into it now. 2 rosters, blue team, red team. I don't quite know what the teams are called, so I'm going to skip that, is what it is. Jimmy, Kaneki, X-Ray, Yveltal, Kyo versus Kaylee, Nightgod, 800, Sentry, and trying to find out who this last player is on Kaylee's team. And it might be either I think it's Salvation. The last player is Salvation is who it is. Greasy Cleric with a 1-month tier 1 to Fake Fresh. Thank you so much for that. It's Salvation. So Cuffer says it's Salvation. Cuffer, very knowledgeable on these players, obviously. Is blue team basically Chengdu? Yeah, it kind of is. So blue team is a combination of ex-Chengdu Hunters players from the Overwatch League team and ex-team Chaser players as well. Chaser being the Chengdu Hunters Academy team. So it is a Chengdu stack. You have a full stack of Chengdu players. Both Kaneki and Jimmy actually played on the Chengdu Hunters. They actually got given stage time as well, real games. Yveltal, obviously we know him from the Chengdu Hunters. X-Ray was on the Chaser team. I think Kyo at one stage was also on the Hunters. Let me just check. Yeah, Kyo was on the Hunters, then he played for Chaser, so he's done both. Kaylee on Team Red comes from Guangzhou Charge last season. He was also on Ultra Prime, I believe. Nightgod is a player that was on First Fabulous Fighter, T1W. 800 is a player from BLG. Sentry is a player from T1W. Salvation last played for Billy Gaming, I believe, as well at some point in 2021. But I don't think he was a starting player. So you have on red team like a combination of Billy Gaming players, which is the academy team of the Hangzhou Spark, mixed in with some other players that have been around the block, like Kaylee, for example. So 2 pretty stacked teams, and I'm not going to go through the rosters of the other teams that didn't make the finals, but these were definitely the 2 most stacked teams of the mix. These are the most well-known, most highest achieving contenders / Overwatch League Chinese players that we had in this particular tournament. There were some other players on other teams that had play at the contenders level, but this is the most stacked of those teams. So here we go. Alrighty. Let's get into map number 1. It's also going to have a bit of Chinese. We're watching it from the Billy page as well, so it's going to have a bit of the casting on it. I'll try and adjust the volumes to make sure it's not going to be too loud for you.
各位观众朋友们，晚上好！欢迎来到由老陈和老陆一起组织的8点 Flag 杯守望先锋归来。
This tournament was also organized by Chen, who is an ex-head coach of either head coach or shared head coach on Chengdu Hunters from I think 2020.
决赛的话会有一个特殊的环节，就是决赛胜利的一方 会 MVP 选手会获得。
So they're gonna do an MVP selection at the end as well, I believe.
赫兹的电竞显示器。
What I just got told then.
好，那两支队伍，我相信比较关注国内比赛的话，大家已经非常。
We've already talked over the rosters, so we can move along a little bit and see what the map is going to be.
休赛期的双冠王。
So let's just skip ahead slightly.
很多的队伍。看来是。
Oh, the names are on there. That's pretty good. So fun fact about these Chinese players and teams is they all do like weird Smurf names, like Glass Animals is Kyo, Drew is Yveltal, Bunny is X-Ray, Kaneki actually just is Kaneki, thankfully. Poco is Jimmy, right? KL is Kaylee, Nigod, Saint is 800, Sentry, and who's that? Tamar Rikane, what even is that name? Is Salvation. So New Queen Street, Toronto's going to be the first map. As far as I'm aware, this is pretty close to the actual Overwatch League scrim meta as well. So teams are playing, if you've seen my power rankings video, if you've seen my tier list video, you'll notice that there's a lot of overlap here. We're seeing Lucio, Ana, seeing Genji, Soldier. The only difference here is the Zarya versus the Winston. Now, my read on what this is the Zarya team plays slightly more brawl favored, and the Winston team plays more dive, right? So it should be the X Chengdu team on blue, kind of diving in. Great sleep on Saint. And that's kind of neutral control gain, so we're already on the chase now. X-Ray just needs to make sure he doesn't die. So it's 1 for nothing. Traded. 1 DPS down for both sides. Really depends. Okay, what do we value more here? Do we value the Genji more or the Soldier more? Bunny's also... Not Bunny. 800 is also not great in terms of energy charge. 20 is not a lot. I actually kind of feel like Zarya, it's a hard map for Zarya to get a lot of energy on. Because how open it is. You have a lot of off angles for players to be taking damage onto the supports or DPS line instead. The fact that X-Ray dies is a bit of a problem, so straight away, I mean, that swings things considerably. Salvation also closer to Nano. Kind of stuttery. I'm on 1080. I can't get 1080 60 because I think I have to be like a sub or something to get 1080p 60, but I can just do normal 1080p. Billy's weird. I can't. This will have to be the best quality I've got, sadly. Should be a nano. I think you nano Kaylee here, right? And just clean the fight up. No, the nano Saint. Saint has no energy. I don't know if I agree with this nano. Backline's entirely dead. If you nano Kaylee and he does enough damage, you might just be able to win off that. Yveltal also dies on 99, which is pretty upsetting because they could have beat it. Turn the casting down a little bit. Alright. The problem is their casting is also higher than the game volume, so we can't hear the game volume well, but that'll just be how it is. This is a really kind of even game so far. This is definitely not snowballing. Finally, this XBLG group. Do I want to change stream type? Probably, yeah. Let me do that. Actually, I'm gonna do that again. That changed? Alright, nice. Okay, here we go. Nanovisor. Doesn't look like it's been really blocked, so they've already got enough kills to really get distance off this. 57's not a lot. So we should expect that... Wait, who just got that? Okay, blue team got that one. So they should be able to push back pretty quickly. 57's not a lot. I have noticed that below 60 meters is kind of the sweet spot to not get snowballed. So once you've allowed the other team to breach beyond 60 meters, it does become significantly harder to make a comeback. We've also got Blade here as well. It's going to be Blade versus Grav. It doesn't seem like 800 used bubbles to save any teammates, so they're just gonna give up this fight. Like so, what do? We traded Grav for a fight win, 2 fight wins for blue team. They need 3 fight wins to get to the equal distance. So this is something you'll notice about Push as well. They've won 2. At 3 fight wins, they'll get the 57, but it will take 3 fight wins to get there. They'll take 1 more fight win than it took for the red team with XBLG. Where does the Grav come through? There's nothing to block this Grav except for the deflect. So Saints should get a reasonable Grav. Caught the backline, good Bionade connection. This is part of the reason why Ana's good as well. You can get guaranteed Bionades in these Gravs because there's nothing to block them. Especially when it looks like Winston's on the other team. X-Ray was primaling as well, so XBLG on red just goes straight for the fight on the backline. They ignore the main tank because you don't need to go for him. And what, Chengdu, Chengdu don't get the 3rd fight win, so they cap out at 47. So we look at the next round of ultimates. It'll be Nano Blade versus maybe Nano Visor if Kyo can get in time. Interesting timing window. I don't know if XBLG realized that Kyo is behind by 10%, but if they take too long, he's going to get the Nano. He's got it now. They got the beat as well, which is great because they can defend versus the Nano Visor now for sure. In fact, they've actually somehow just killed Night God. That's insane. That they've won that without even forcing an ultimate, which means they'll get free push. They can probably Nano Visor to start. Nano Visor is now available for both teams. And I'll be pretty interested to see which they value higher. I would imagine that Nano Visor should be higher value than Nano Blade, if I was to guess. The Red's just getting snowballed. I mean, they're losing everybody. Saints, low HP as well. They're just going to dry Visor this one. I mean, it guarantees in the fight. I think it's a little bit overkill. Staggered some of the deaths as well, which is nice. They're definitely going to get a cap off that. There it is. It's a little bit of a wait time for this robot to get back in action. It's like 5 or so seconds. There, a link for the mainstream. I can produce it later for you.
是的，反超回来，而且这里又逮到了 K 里，重新做人这边激速刀拔不拔？我觉得少人也得拔了，这个地方不能再放机器人的距离了。
4 ults now for Red. They gotta do something with Nano. They're taking forever to get this underway, and they're just getting free pushed. So here comes the Blade. No Nano support. They got a Nano Visor then. They're currently waiting for the beat to go out. That's fine. Now both teams are going to Nano Blade at the same time, or rather one Nano Blade kind of come through Sentry, sound barriers, and defense. And Kaylee wipes them out. Okay. This is the kind of the quirky thing about playing both Soldier and Genji with Ana, is that they're both great nano targets, and even better when you have X-Ray on Winston, because you have 3 nano targets that are all really good. And I actually don't know that Grav is super high value in this matchup, because you have Soldier playing on flanks or playing long range, you have Ana playing long range, you have Genji being really, really hard to grab. There's not a lot of clear targets for the Grav. A good Bionade from Kyo. They need a trade. I don't know how X-Ray got burned before Primal. That kind of seems weird. Or if you can include Boost here, God. Save me. Yeah, the Grav does well, the anti-nade, but I don't think you catch a lot. You need to catch a decent amount, I think, to get high value. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you just get a couple of kills in the Grav and it's enough. You know what? Maybe I'm okay with that. I'm actually okay with the Grav just catching a little bit, and then you can, as long as you get maybe 1 or 2 good members in there, get those kills guaranteed, you'll be alright. Every time we get the POV on 800, he's not getting any energy. He's constantly on 0 energy. I don't think the Zarya is good in this matchup. The more I look at this, they are going to win this fight. Really messy fight. This one's kind of hard to follow. It looks like Chengdu are trying to just split up. X-Ray diving pretty deep. For the most part, XBLG were together. We're in OT now. This is actually a close enough game that they can win the OT. A lot of times, I don't think the team pushing OT can actually win the OT. But here, if they win one more fight, I think they got it. And they have their whole team, which is super important. And they also have Nano combo coming online. Kyo's behind again. So they really need that to work for them. But I don't know how Night Guard just fed. Second time now, Night Guard randomly dies. They traded for Yveltal, which is decent. Vice did not actually get that much. The fact that Saint's alive is huge as well, so Night Guard can probably reinforce in time. They might do this. It's 81 meters. Slow respawns for X Chengdu. And they've capped, it looks like. Night Guard entered, but they still got it. I think the visor, the nano visor, or just the visor on its own, coming through from Kaylee was enough. There's a lot of playmaking. I think what you're seeing in this particular meta on OW2 2 is how much individual playmaking every single person is doing. It does make things slightly hard to follow, I'll admit. But I think I'm still trying to get used to watching OW2 2 because this is some of the first legitimate pro-level OW2 2 that you'll be seeing before Overwatch League starts tomorrow. By this, if you're on YouTube and you're watching this video, Overwatch League will obviously have already started by the time this video comes out.
而且最后，这张不是拿最后一波讲，如果拿整个这张图来讲。 我觉得扎利亚的作用还是明显比温斯顿大不少的。
Casters influential for Owl. I'll do my best. I'll do my best for you.
快节奏的刺刀版本，温斯顿运营体系运不动。
Let's move this along a little bit. These were the lower bracket games. I think one of them was upper final game. Some of the other teams, we're not going to go into the rosters for those. They actually played first to 2 for a reasonable amount of this as well, as you can tell. So we're going to move this along a little bit further. Get to the actual game. Okay, map 2 is going to be Midtown, New York. Be good to hear an NZ accent in there. I hide my New Zealand accent very well. Most people don't know where I'm from. Alright. Does anything change from Midtown? Are these our teams? Not quite. Some of them have ex-Overwatch League players. So, if you look at the blue team, it's got a bunch of ex-Overwatch League players on it from Chengdu Hunters. If you look at the red team, it's got Mike Haley from Ultra Charge. Brennan Sideshow going to cast for Overwatch 2 and Val. Currently just Valorant as far as we can tell. I don't know. Let's talk about these compositions a little bit. So, I don't think Red's committed on this composition just yet. They're probably going to change. We're looking at kind of a brawl composition on the defense. Just Zarya and Mei alone. Now, Zarya is a brawl hero currently in Overwatch 2. Zarya and Mei is very defensive. They are going to go for a Mercy Pocket Echo Dive, which I think might be okay for the solo Ana because there's not a lot of flanking. There's no flankers online for X Chengdu because Kaneki is playing a Mei instead of a Genji. So, Salvation, the Ana play on Red should be okay. And that's got to be Jimmy potentially down here. Jimmy's in the middle of nowhere. I don't know where Kyo was. Wasn't doing a lot of healing, sure. Picking apart this defense. Mei doesn't do a lot here. The Mei pick to me seems like a mistake. The Mei doesn't do anything versus anybody on the squad. Yeah, you're going to slow down the Doom a little bit. It's annoying. You may slow down the Tracer if she gets close enough. But she can blink out. You're not going to freeze any of them. Unless your right click's a legendary, you're not doing a lot as Mei here. I think Kaneki needs to go to Genji immediately. Yveltal's got 2 kills. Somehow. Yveltal has just kind of turned this around. Yveltal's just straight up turned this one around. So there it is, Lucio making plays as you'd expect. I'm gonna be real with you, I have not seen a lot of Echo Tracer in actual scrims, Overwatch League level scrims. Echo got quite a bit of a nerf in Overwatch 2 compared to Overwatch 1, especially on the ultimate side. I think her beam also does less damage now as well. But it looks like Night God's able to just do a lot on this Echo. That's 2 frags straight up. You can also pocket this Echo a lot. Yeah, because you're not going to spend a lot of time healing Doom. Basically, Salvation's job is to heal 800's Doom, and Sentry's going to pocket Night God, and Kaylee plays health packs. It's 100 damage per second on this Mei left click, by the way. So, I don't know how Kaneki just walks into Sentry and gets a free frag. That's egregious, because Sentry also had Valk, so shouldn't really be dying there. XPLG, this red team should have already capped. It's kind of weird that they haven't capped it. They only got 1 tick as well in the previous fight. Then a headshot kill onto, who was it, Kaylee? 100 DPS and cleave. It's pretty brutal. I bet if we look at X-Ray, he's got no charge. I know the Observer's not on him, but if we look at X-Ray Zarya, I'm pretty sure his charge is super low, like 0 even. You're just not going to get a lot of charge versus the heroes on this red team. Okay, Sentry dies to Jimmy Soldier. Actually kind of makes sense. Jimmy should be a difference maker here. Soldier is so much better than Tracer. I actually think Kaylee should go back to Soldier here. You also see, I mean... Yeah... Echo copy onto a Mei is reasonable. But how do you get in to do damage? Like, who are you running it to do damage here? I think it would have been better to copy Jimmy Soldier or maybe the Zarya instead. Just for higher value. Night God's gone back to Genji now. I mean, it's pretty clear. Like, the Echo is just okay. The Echo got some picks early on. Definitely weak to the Soldier. Sentry's gone to Lucio. Lucio's just a better hero in this meta than Mercy. And 800 resets. So they want to play out the visors. A lot of time gone. We're, what, less than 30 seconds remaining now. Blizzard's a great ultimate to defend with. Finally, the Mei's going to find value because Blizzard's actually good now on this defense. I think BLG have definitely kind of choked. They definitely choked. They have 2 frags. Well, now they just got the 1. It's also, by the way, very hard, I think, for the Pulse Bomb to get value anymore. And they actually just C9 that as well. To be fair, there was a Blizzard. Yeah, I mean, the Blizzard was going to get no value until literally at that point. When the time runs out, you have to come cap, and then he's going to Blizzard you. I think the Echo from Night God was good, but the Mercy... I mean, I get it. You want to pocket the Mercy. You want to pocket him. I think they could have played Ana Zen, and just Zen Harmony instead, and then play for Discord, because there's no flankers. Zen Ana can work, simply because of a lack of flankers. So you'll notice when you have teams, like X Chengdu had where Kaneki was playing Mei. Cool, you want to play Mei and not Genji? Get very greedy on the back line. I think the supports on red should get very greedy and just go double flex. But obviously that depends on Sentry's hero pool. Does Sentry play Zen? Can he do a Zen? And this is where having support players that can flex between both, you know, flex and main support is kind of good. If you never play against flanking... No, I have not. Flanking Mei. Stop capping, Civi. Come on. Funny bastard. So Jimmy looks like he maybe wants a Sojin. I don't think that's going to be a real pick. Saint's gone towards a Zarya here. I wonder if the Zarya defense is because they're concerned about an attacking team rolling on a full Brawl comp. But I don't think a full Brawl comp should be successful. But we did only get A, so I can actually see a Ryan Brawl comp succeeding if the goal is to only cap A. Now, I did mention in my power rankings video, and kind of in my Tails video as well, that Widow's okay, but the sightlines here are not the best yet. Yeah, Soldier probably just makes more sense. You think Zarya can sit on point if to commit a lot? I think the same about Orisa then. Like, I mean, if you're going to do that, just play Orisa. Although I will say Zarya's bubble is good for the Genji, so here's the other strategy you see on Midtown. A lot of teams will just rotate into this left side building, the fire department building, and work that. On the defense, Kaylee's got an angle. Great burst damage onto Kaneki from asleep. And we've got a lot of ult charge on Kaylee now for an accelerated visor. 40 charge for 800 is actually not bad. I would have expected less. I think teams are too scared to play Rhine on the defense because you're going to get countered by Echo maybe. Maybe even a Fire, even though Soldier kind of counters those two. So Zarya is a nice in-between that can sort of deal with everything. A lot of teams are kind of hesitant to play Orisa. I think Orisa's good and she's reasonable. In a straight-up brawl, I think most teams would prefer Zarya. Also, Zarya outperforms Orisa in a 1 versus 1. In the head-to-head tank, Zarya does beat the Orisa. So for that reason, Zarya is probably a little bit more rounded in terms of safety. So Nano is coming online for both teams now. Fast for Kyo. Kyo. And he's down. So defense should hold. Unless... Wait. Yveltal's fragging. Good wall. Can we get a tick? Kaylee needs something. Kaylee needs something here. He's struggling. He's struggling. He can't get a frag. Oh my god. Kaneki found a health pack. He's got a blizzard. Kaylee couldn't find the kill. Kaneki's kind of just clutched that one up. They're going to cap off that maybe. They need the Nano Blade, but Night God's dead, but they can't do anything. Kaylee's dead now as well. They snowball. Kaneki completely outplayed the XPLG squad here. That's going to be the map going X-Chengdu, I believe. Wow. Kaneki Yveltal 2v5, literally. So that's the other thing you see about Overwatch 2 is there's the capability of like a 2v5 play is real. Very real. The 1v1s are important here as well. You gotta win your 1v1s. No visor here, just straight up damage and kills. Love that. And that's the other thing. You talk about Sojourn. Sojourn is not good when Soldier exists. Soldier currently heavily outperforms compared to Sojourn. Sojourn is lacking in very many ways. We are watching the 8 Flag Cup Grand Finals between X-Chengdu and X-Bilibili. Alright, map 3. Colosseum. Soldier nerf incoming. I would expect it. I would expect at some point Soldier's going to get nerfed. He does seem a little too good right now. I mean, I'm fragging hard as Soldier in Overwatch 2, and I'm not a good player. I should not be fragging hard as Soldier in Overwatch 2. You know. Here's the thing about... Here's the defense I will give flex support players trying to play Lucio is if they can be an even somewhat competent Lucio player, but have the capability to flex over towards a flex support as well during a game. For example, like I just said, if the other team isn't playing a flanker and you can get away with double flex support, you should probably play double flex support because double flex support has insane output in Overwatch 2 when there's no shields. But it loses to any flanking, so if there's a Genji, a Tracer, a Sombra, anything, you're gonna find it hard. Let's talk about this comp now. There's actually gonna be a Sombra. Interesting. Night God's gonna play Sombra. I have heard that Sombra is not amazing, and Genji is significantly better than Sombra as a flanking hero. So what does he want? They've already lost a player, by the way. So somehow, dude, Yveltal is feasting. This is the thing about the Chengdu main supports. I mean, if you're a good Lucio, you can frag. Look at this. So all of you guys saying Lee Jae-gon's going to be feasting, yeah, I think Lee Jae-gon is going to feast. Funny Astro is going to feast. If you're a good Lucio, you can do shit. So we need to see Night God actually do something here. I wouldn't be surprised if Night God's stats are not great yet. He needs to put a lot of pressure onto, I would say, Kyo. Probably hard to do it on Yveltal. Maybe on Jimmy or Kaneki, but there's extra healing. You have the Soldier healing. You have the Lucio healing. EMP sucks. EMP straight up is a bad ultimate. Oh, 800 dead. Surely. Yep. Look at that. Yveltal just swoops in, collects a sleeping Doomfist. Brilliant stuff. There's like the fact that both your Lucio and your Genji are dive heroes. Dude, Yveltal has gotten so many kills. He's actually getting so many kills. Holy shit, maybe Lee Jae-gon's gonna be the MVP. Lucio is unreal. Actual frog meta. We're actually in a frog meta. This is nuts. Okay, here we go. Nanovisor versus Nanovisor. They're both looking at each other. The bubble difference is big, though. The bubble difference is felt. But Kaylee still loses despite... Okay, they both had bubbles. Never mind. We're playing Zarya Mirror. 70 energy is great for X-Ray as well. This is looking like a lot of distance. This is looking like maybe even 80 or 90 distance.
就差10%，当时就差10%。
对
Sentry is ult.
仗呢这团没法打呀。
That's also a difference maker. Yveltal, because of all the damage and kills he got, had a sound barrier first.
这个大白的距离已
Well,
经
Kaneki's
26米
Blaze should be counted by Sentry here. We'll see how it goes. He should be blading soon. Yep, barrier straight away. Kaylee still dies. Dude, how does Yveltal get the kill? Dude, Yveltal just swoops in and just solo. He's actually solo fragging. He's beating Kaylee in a Lucio versus a fucking soldier matchup. What is happening?
他一开始是铁拳，助力朋友落后一半 ，Sentry 再次倒地 ，X-Ray 80多的能量，带重力喷勇的扎利亚往这儿一站无敌啊！
110. It's over. It's over. 110. You can't come back from this. There's 5 minutes remaining. It will not be possible to come back from this. Big grab, huge damage. In fact, maybe they cap. Maybe X Chengdu on blue cap. You know, Salvation can't quite get a nano. Dude, Kaneki is kissing the spawn door. He's got his lips touching the spawn door.
返场，重新做人，激速差1%。
Is Hog not? No, Hog is not viable. No, no way. Okay, Nano Kaylee, I think is going to have to be the go. The funny thing is, by the time Nano comes on for Kaylee, Kyo's going to have Nano for Jimmy. They're just getting diffed. I mean, they're even just their tempo beating into Jimmy walking up and Jimmy fucking. Right? 800's trying to keep up. He's got full energy. He goes for desperation grab. Kaneki still cleans up. He's got Jimmy down. Okay. Visor shut down. Kaylee can't do anything with that. Nano's still coming online for Kyo, and they actually cap. It is rare to get a cap. Let me tell you, if you get a cap on any of these maps, especially Colosseo, by the way, Colosseo is a much more difficult map than New Queen Street. Also, Kaneki is using the NYXL skin. Leak. Trade leak confirmed. Pauses. God, Genji is so good in this current meta. Boom. Done. Easy. Rags. Wow. Yeah, so you have to be very, very much better than the other team to get a full completion, especially on Colosseo. Colosseo is normally a very difficult map. I do think you have to be significantly better than the other team to win Colosseo. They had an American one or someone from China. Yeah, at this point, just United Nations on your team. That U-turn ramp is really difficult for sure. Yeah, that ramp is not fun to get past. That is part of the reason why it is significantly harder. Let's just go to the next map now. We have... What is this one called? Circuit Royale. Or Circuit Royal. Now, it is an escort map. I did say that escort map, you do see Sigma. My biggest question is, are we going to see a Sigma? X-Ray not known for it. 800 not known for it. We're probably not going to see it because both X-Ray and 800 are main tank players. Ape Fist. Thank you so much for the Prime. Welcome to the club. Rome feels awful to play. It is awful. I think Rome / Colosseo is probably the worst of the new maps. It is not good at all. That map with the U-turn on the ramp, no good. Super excited for the L season. Hey, it's starting soon. By the way, at Fist Tactical Crouch, the podcast I do, we are doing a co-stream, an official co-stream where you can watch the game with us tomorrow during the entire day. So, X-Ray is going to go Sigma. So I did say Sigma gets playtime here. Both teams potentially on the Widow. Genji Tracer for flankers. 800 probably doesn't play Sigma is my thoughts on this. And instantly Jimmy just rails Night Guard, no issues. What's the Widow for here? Is the Widow here for Kaylee? No, I don't cast any games this week. I'm not starting until APAC starts. My first cast will be the debut game of the APAC region, which is I think Shanghai Chengdu is my first cast. Big sleep. Jimmy 1. Force the lamp. Not Jimmy. X-Ray 1. Force the lamp. Struggling to heal him a little bit here. I don't know what Kaneki does in this matchup. I don't think this is a good map for flanking. I think Genji's better than Tracer usually, but especially on this map when... Oh, Shanghai Philly. Sorry, Shanghai Philly, not Shanghai Chengdu. Yeah, you're right, Shanghai Philly. You definitely want to be playing Genji instead of Tracer here, because Genji can at least spam long range with shurikens. Tracer doesn't spam at all, nothing. You'll also notice on Circuit Royale that there's not a lot of flanking paths, especially not on A. A is one straight lane, no flanks. So hard for Tracers to get value, hard for Sombra to get value. Double flex support, very strong. I would expect that X Chengdu's comp should be better here. Bap Zen, powerful. I think Ana is still really good, but maybe they think there's no good Ana targets. Pulse goes out. Pulse hard to get value. We have to see Gangnam Genomics here. This is 8 Flag Cup Grand Finals between X Chengdu on the blue team and X Bilibili on the red team. Playing Overwatch 2. This is the first Overwatch 2 tournament that features actual professional players. And it looks like Saints Grav or 800's Grav with a combination of Night God and Kaylee running in there is enough damage. Nano, I think, was also on to 800. So no Flux. Actually, Flux would get countered by a lot of things. You have Speed Boost from Sentry to get out of Flux. Kaylee and Night God on Widow and Genji to use their shift to get out of Flux. What would you even Flux? You'd have to Flux Salvation's Ana, wouldn't you? But even then, Bubbles save you from Flux. Your Veltor Brig, they're actually going to go Brig Zen. Now, you're probably wondering why play Brig Zen with a Sigma, but I've been informed that Brig Sigma is the Brigma combo, by the way, as Jimmy outplays Kaylee again. The Brigma combo is actually pretty strong in terms of... Sigma is obviously a poke hero, but Sigma gets brawled pretty easily. Like, usually the way you beat Sigma is you run into him. The Brig there helps Sigma a lot in brawl situations where the Sigma gets run down. So, yeah. Bunny is X-Ray, that's not actually Bunny. So Brigma is a legit combo. So we have Trance to counter the Blade. Kyo should be alive here, shouldn't go down. Although if you're Kaylee, your primary target is going to be Kyo. I don't rate the Sombra pick. I think Kaylee's lost confidence in the Widow 1v1. Jimmy's kind of asserted his dominance. Freaking nuts. What are we blading here? What are we blading here? I mean, they trans, so I guess we're not blading anything. Sentry beats. Should be an advantage to walk up with. Saints on 100 energy. 800's fragging on that. This is what you want. You want your Zarya to just full charge, running at the other team. At this point, you can just pocket your Zarya. Nano's nearly up as well. Nano Zarya with 100 energy is huge. Oh, Kaylee gets spotted. Wow, he didn't actually place Translocator. That's kind of weird. Is he dead? No, he's fine. Yep, Jimmy comes out. Just destroy straight away, bro. If he killed Kaylee there, I would have gasped. Audibly gasped. Hard word to say. Nano Saint dies. Unfortunate. Under pressure. Kyo did a lot of damage there. That was surprising. Saint should have been double pocketed there and then grabbed off the Nano. A little bit surprised that happened. Maybe the Discord is just too much. I'm very curious to see what happens when the EMP comes out, because from what I understand, from what I've seen, EMP blows. It is a bad ultimate. What do you grab here? I suppose you grab the opposing Zarya. Now, Bionade in that is going to be important, but again, Bubble cancels Bionade, so you can... Yeah, I mean, you just cleanse your own purple and you'll be fine, right? Possibly EMP Grav. Should be Grav now. EMP catches 3. Does kill Jimmy off the back of that one. X-Ray focused down. I don't know if he got purpled or not. You've also tried to go for a rally. I think the combination of EMP and grab and then a Bionade from
看到比赛
Salvation's
结束
enough.
上来以后其实黑影他更多的时间没有办法做单人的
How Sombra looked? I don't think Sombra's that good,
而还是
in my
打
opinion.
大招 combo。Kelly 这边换成76，重新返场，换回了标准阵。76原是扎
Like
俩
Soldier's better, Genji's
我
better.
们的南村这边拿出来了 McCree，
这个他是不是防
Jimmy's even gonna go for a Cassidy here.
哥们儿
Is he
你这
doing
不
that
是
to
防
counter
反人
the-
呢
Is he trying to put more pressure onto Kaylee's
主要在他的视野，他
Sombra maybe? He will be disappointed to find out that Kaylee's not playing Sombra anymore. Jimmy should go back to spawn and swap the Soldier
他
again.
还在扫黑影
I
确实
don't
啊
think
他
Cassidy's
现
good
在
compared to
这个
Soldier. Soldier's damage output is far more
不知道
consistent.
官方名字叫什么
Helix is far more
是
reliable.
限制作用的打字员
Magnetic Grenade is decent if you can land it on close targets, but it requires you to be so close to actually get the stick. Again, Tracer is just worse than Genji. The more I look at this, I do think
刀换出了 QIO
that XBLG, the red team, have the better comp, but failure to get any value on the blade, countered by the trance, is pretty huge.
双方技能
One
对换
parade advantage here, double supports down, should be a push, only X-Ray alive. Nano coming up next. Nano, who do you target here? How much energy does X-Ray 800 rather have? Because if 800 has more than 50 energy, he'll be a pretty good Nano target. Jimmy back on the Widowmaker. Sightline's a bit rough here. If XBLG actually take control top left, sightlines will be rough. So this pool area is super important. You got to see during the Overwatch League season this year, on this map, a lot of teams trying to control the pool outside area. This is a very critical area of the map to control. Huge Bionade from Kyo. Jimmy's just landing headshots. Kaneki even landed a pulse. I mean, that's just outplayed on a one-to-one level.
一杆黑百合的长枪加上一个
I mean, I think XBLG have a
到自己的技术目前
compositional diff, but I think the players on X Chengdu are that much better. I mean, Jimmy's Widowmaker is definitely... This is what I'm saying. Widowmaker is actually good, guys. So, during my power ranking, when I was like, yo, I mean, Arns could be pretty good this year. I mean, Widowmaker's very improved. This is what I'm talking about. Widowmaker can find shots. There's no shields. Very little pressure to deal with the Widowmaker. Widowmaker can just do what she wants. Kaylee's dead. See what I mean? Like, Jimmy just made the difference there. Jimmy just made the difference there. Somebody tell Custer that Jimmy is fucking live on my stream. Okay? Let Custer know that Jimmy is once again fucking. Who's red team's Anna? That's Salvation. They're about to lose this map, which would be a 3-1.
这个就不能跳了。
Or rather, we still have a second half to play through, so they're not going to cap. I think they had the comp diff. You know, Soldier should be more reliable than Widow here, but if you got a good Widow, I think a good Widow can do a lot, and Jimmy clearly did a lot here. Clearly did a lot here.
机密的一杆黑百合明星球拿下
Who was actually surprised Widow was good in 5v5? I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people didn't think Widow was going to be good. They don't think Arns is going to be good, and I'm saying that Arns is good and Widowmaker is good. Arns plus Widowmaker, when they're both good, Arns is going to be fucking. That's what I'm saying.
所以黑百合正是因为
You gotta believe Arns is
如果选
potentially back.
会进入一种
Potentially back.
状态，所以官方一直以来就针对
Maybe.
就一直在学，
Hopefully.
加弹道衰减。
Widow's good. How do you feel about Aim 3 MVP? Widow's good on escort maps. She's not good on every single map. You're not gonna see Widowmaker on every map. You're only gonna see Widowmaker on escort for the most part. How's Kev's Genji? I haven't seen it, but it's Kev. It's Kevster. He's gonna be dominant.
这张图吧，我们这次比赛就这4张图嘛，所以这4张图里面，这张图比较适合黑百合。真正打到 OWL 的话，还会有别的图的，像我记得
Jimmy's
赛段地图区好像
Not gonna play May here. No way. He's gonna go for Widow again.
可
I
以预
bet.
见到会有
I think this opening area is so strong for Widow. I do not agree with the Widowmaker pocket. Sorry, the Mercy Widowmaker pocket doesn't do a lot for me here, but both teams want it. Both teams are looking for it. Oh, Jimmy, what are you doing? Jimmy's actually feeding. He's actually gone onto the other side of the map. What are you doing, Jimmy?
我这么卡，别卡呀！
How has he slid down onto the other side of the map and he's still alive? No way, bro.
这个黑百合都没有死吗？
Jimmy was actually feeding and he's alive. He's the bumper of Widowmakers and he's still alive. Bumper has joined the server as Jimmy playing Widowmaker and he's alive.
刚才吉米越过那
What
个墙掉到对面
was that?
吉米自己没死，团战还打赢了。
He watches he watched the Pine Junkertown clip and he's like, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me.
想到啊，哥们儿干嘛
Jimmy, don't tell. Dog, this is gonna give Custer nightmares. Jimmy's actually just entered into the back line of XPLG and lived to tell the tale. What even is that?
当时
Oh, even Patty's hero pool. Patty's hero pool traditionally has been in the past.
对面也慌，
Widow, Genji,
这边好像更
Trace. What was that shot? No way, Jimmy hit that. He just 90-degree flicked 90 degrees and just dominated Kaylee. What was that shot?
完了
Bro.
完了完了，吉米这个状态怕是
What? My brain just imploded. What the fuck was that? No fucking way.
这是带着鸡公堡的肾上腺素打进去了，这是。
Fucking pour one out for the fellows on that one. Jesus Christ.
哎，你别骗人了，这枪要是再中，
Jesus Christ. Jimmy Christ.
刘金上，
Here we go. Kaneki Blade.
卡奈克不甘落后，
Nope.
拿到一个没看死
Can't find anybody.
吉米再
Sad.
上 Night God，
The Jimmy just beat Night God as well, just meleeed him. Okay, he was getting pocketed. Okay, he was getting healed by 2 healers. It is what it is.
B 点彻底没了。
看得出来
This game is like Jimmy 1v9. Like, Jimmy is doing so much right now for this team.
心理健
It's
康
kind of unreal how much he's doing for this team in this matchup.
哎，众位朋友
Kaylee's testing him. Kaylee wants to peek out. Probably don't want to do that. Okay, the rest of XPLG finally flying on out. Oh my god, Jimmy just destroyed Night God.
哎，要出事儿！哎哎哎！
How did he do that? How did Jimmy hit that shot?
我去！
Did you see that?
玩不玩游戏了？
哇，幸
Bro,
亏
Jimmy, he grapples away, turns back 180, instantly claps Night God. Instantly.
哎呦我去！
I'm losing my damn mind. I'm losing my damn mind. Wake him up. Wake up, Costa. I don't care if he's sleeping. Wake him up. He needs to know that Jimmy is fucking right now. He needs to know.
实力差距了，这个东西没得说的，这个已经算实力差距了。
这打天梯肯定点举报了呀！
Wake the fuck up, Custer. We got a Jimmy to burn.
重新做人，下一波电磁外冲加极速刀，黑鸡刀的一波团。
Kaylee's actually throwing.
标的被抓了。
Why did Kaylee not have a translocator thrown down earlier?
下一城机密要疯。
Honey, wake up, Jimmy is fucking again. That's good. This EMP is going to be worthless.
比赛已经无法
Probably.
挽回了吉米现在这个状态，黑鸡刀能打下来一波。
I don't like that outside area, by the way. There's too much booping going on. I'm not a fan of it. Alright, let's go. Nano time. EMP solo onto Bunny.
黑给了
Nano Bunny,
杀人
probably.
死了
Nope.
吉米
What's going on? They're like going in, they're using the EMP and just getting fragged.
反手是
They just getting diffed everywhere. Kaneki receives a nano. He's actually just, you know, dropping nut sacks on the other team. And it's over. It's over. Jimmy was too good. Jimmy was too good.
啊我们这次8点 flag
Kaneki was too good.
诞生了
Everybody was too good.
南村调查兵团，
恭喜！
恭喜恭喜！
Wow. Jimmy gap confirmed.
强抢之家 Night God
Turns out the
但是这场比赛吉米的风头
champion of
场上所有人啊
the first ever Overwatch 2
哎那我们
pro,
直接评个 MVP
quote unquote
吧
pro tournament winner is this XPLG squad
那还用评吗？
featuring Jimmy, Kaneki, X-Ray, Yveltal, and Kyo.
这还用评吗？
是当之
Now, do they have it? Let me just check the rest of the content. They still got like a lot of time left here, so they might have either an interview or replay or something. Let's just see what else they got here.
暂时不来
Is there more content?
说是我们的记懂了，他们比赛
Send me the clip. Hey, who's got a clip of Jimmy fucking? Give me the clip and I will tweet it at Custer. Give me the clip.
说法的
MVP interview.
里边
Is that right now?
非常的危险，也非常的有意思。那么还是再次感谢呀 再次感谢吉米啊，这是算是第2次来参加我这边的比赛了，
真的是第2次参加陆分的比赛。老夫好像就我印象里面你就举办了这2次比赛，我可能之前的我可能不知道，但在我印象里面，陆分就举办这2次比赛。
I think this is the interview.
参加。
Obviously, Jimmy's the
之前
MVP.
也特别喜欢你。
哇，太好了，太好了，
Might be a little short.
我只关注了海们。
没关系，
我的，
这个机会不好占了。
我先活在这吧，
Just see if there's anything else in.
活跃在比赛赛
So there it
我
is.
觉得比赛还是
Grand Champions 3-1. We didn't even get to map 5. Is there a link to the VOD? Yeah, I'll give that link to you in a second. Let me just clean it up and see. Okay, there's nothing left. Righto. That's gonna be it. That's gonna be the finale of this tournament, this grand finals. I was gonna co-stream it, but I missed out. Is what it is. Here he is.
来你
This is Jimmy.
Yeah.
He fucks. He's a great Widowmaker. Brilliant play. Congrats on the MVP award. As always, we watch this live on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Avril, if you want to come and check us out in our community. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Brand new YouTube channel, new Overwatch 2 and Overwatch League content. The Overwatch League season should have started by now by the time you've seen this video, so hopefully you can look forward to a lot of Overwatch League content as we kind of go over the season. Thanks for joining us along the ride, and we'll see you for the next video.